what to do. Can you make me playlists? Like, can you fill me with hip hop? Can you like make me your understudy? Give me some hip hop. I gotta listen to hip hop. I gotta absorb as much as it is possible." And he's like, "Yo, Wilkshake, you should start a reaction channel." I'm just like, "What the fuck is a reaction channel?" So he shows me a couple hip hop reactions. I can't remember who they were. I wish I did. And I'm like, "Oh, so you just listen to it and talk about it and tell the people how it makes you feel? I can do that. I'm a pretty sensitive dude. I can get down with this stuff. Let's do it." I started off with the big guys like Biggie Smalls and Tupac, and then a bunch of Bone Thugs started getting commented on my videos. So I'm like, "Yeah, I should get to some Bone Thugs." And that's when the gates and the vaults and the water kind of overpowered the gate, and there was a flood of comments about Bone Thugs this, and you got to listen to this, and Biggie Smalls this, and exhibit this, and all this stuff, and this is West Coast best hip hop on the West Coast, best hip hop from New York, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, how am I going to control this input? So I started getting people to email me requests, and then all of a sudden my email is filled with hundreds of requests. And I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then I got 1,000 subs, so I had access to the community page. I'm like, oh good, now I can have them all right here. In the community page from my original channel 6 years ago is still the ticket to how I run these shows to this very day, which we're going to get into right now. So now I'm at the point where I'm listening to literally hundreds of hip hop songs that I've never heard before every week, like hundreds, 20 a day. I'd sit down and I'd do live reactions for 5 hours, and I listened to like 30 songs. It was ridiculous. And that's how I met Ignacio and Kaiser. Those are the OGs that have been with me for like 4 or 5 years. And then Chuck came a couple years later, and Presto came around the same time. And we started, and I'm like, okay, guys, they were involved in the chat, much like you guys are, whoever's watching this at this point in the video. They were super involved in the chat, and they were creating friendships and bonds and commonality and having things in common. And it was a beautiful thing to see.